The safest thing to do is to say, ICE, we got him in custody. Come here, we're releasing. We held him 345 days. We can't hold him a second longer. We can't wait for you to come inside the building. We got to let him go, so you have to arrest him in the parking lot. That is how stupid sanctuary policies are and what they mean to the community that you put at risk and to the ICE officers ICE officer who was assaulted, and they had to use a taser on. It's not good.
Mr. Chairman,
Mr. Chairman,
5 minutes is up.
Consent request.
And we're back, y'all. Thank you for watching today. Go ahead and hit that like button, my peepo. You know that it helps us out a ton. And of course, it helps you because it helps us. Now, y'all, today we're going to continue with one of our main themes, y'all. Listen up. This country has to get control of its expenses, of its expenditures and whatnot, because at the rate we're going, things do not look really good for the future, people. Now, listen, I'm not a doom and gloomer. I'm an optimistic type of person. So I'm taking the steps to secure the future for me and mine. And I hope you're doing the same for you and yours. But as a country, y'all, we have to get the expenditures under control. And one of the things, you know, that I've been talking about on this channel for the past several months, and I'm going to continue to talk about, is that the country has to prioritize citizens and residents for the expenditures that we undertake, y'all. We have to spend the money on the people who are voting the politicians in. Get us all straight first, and then we can worry about everybody else. I mean, that's the way I see it. Now, what we're going to look at today is the city of Denver. The Trump administration is going after them, and people are freaking out because, again, the Trump administration wants the United States, cities, local municipalities, you know, he just wants them to focus on the citizens first. I agree with that. Whether you agree or disagree, y'all, take a look at this quick report so you can see what it's all about. Let's take a look.
The DOJ suing blue state Colorado and the city of Denver and its Democratic leaders over its sanctuary city policies. It accuses them of laws designed to interfere with federal immigration enforcement. The suit specifically mentions the now famous apartment complex in Aurora, which was taken over last year by the Venezuelan gang Tren de Aragua. John Fabricator is the former ICE field officer, office director in Denver, Colorado, the state known as the gang's control center. He now joins us. John.
Colorado is a sanctuary state, 100%. It's been a sanctuary state. This new law, the Senate Bill 25-276, just codifies that even more and puts us, further in the hole with sanctuary. And I'm glad that the Trump administration is going to come in and do something about it.
So, the governor, Jared Polis, says Colorado is not a sanctuary state and that's just not true. It seems like this lawsuit is, at least what they're alleging, is pretty tight. I guess it's just up to a court to decide how much a responsibility a state has in either enforcing federal law or how much liability they have in blocking federal law, because that's essentially what they're doing.
Now, y'all, if you remember recently, the mayor of the city of Denver, which is in Colorado, he was in front of Congress along with the mayor of Boston, the mayor of New York, and the mayor, your boy, Brandon Johnson, the mayor of Chicago. And one of the congressmen, Jim Jordan, had a question for him. He was asking him, why wouldn't his city, Denver, work with ICE to remove a criminal migrant? And, well, that didn't really go so well for the mayor of Denver. We're about to take a look at this back and forth between Jim Jordan and Denver's mayor. But first, y'all, listen, we've teamed up with Augusta Gold. They will help get you and your IRA straight and protected with the world's hardest, longest lasting money, which is gold. Go down into the description, the very first link, paralegal-institute.com/gold. Put in your information, get the free report. Just take a look at the report and speak to my people at Augusta so they can tell you how you can start to protect your money against this currency debasement we're seeing. All right, now let's check out this back and forth.
Venezuelan gang member arrested by Border Patrol on September 20th, 2023, released into the country by the Biden administration. A few months later, he's arrested in your city, charged with aggravated assault. On March 11th, 2024, he's charged with motor vehicle theft. stole a car. And then on March 20th, 2024, Mr. Gonzalez is charged with felony menacing. 6 days after that last charge, ICE sends you a detainer, which includes an administrative warrant. Basically, it says if you're going to release this bad guy, this gang member who allegedly stole a car, menaced people, and assaulted people, give us a 48-hour heads up. Is that right? That refresh your memory?
I do know about the detainer request. I do know that we provided a notification of release.
What kind of notice did you give ICE when you released him?
We gave him notification. I'm not sure how long in advance it was.
I do know that.
I do know that there was
1 hour notice, and you released him 5 days ago, right? Why not give him more heads up? Actually, let's put the slide up. Let's see what it says here. Let's put the slide up. This is what the Denver Sheriff's Department, it's kind of hard to see, so I'll read it. It says, Denver Sheriff Department, ICE notification being released to the streets. I simply said, just release him to us. You release him to the streets. Why not release him to ICE?
Thank you. What we've done, and we do this regularly, we've done 1,226 of these, is we notify ICE.
I'm asking about one. I'm not asking about the 1,200. I'm asking about Mr. Abraham Gonzalez, who's a gang member from Venezuela, stole a car, assaulted someone. You had him in your custody for how long?
I know that we released
345 days you had him in custody. And I said, hey, can you give us 48 hours heads up?
I don't know that.
So, y'all, all of this is purposeful. I mean, you have to understand, it is purposeful. You can make the argument that people who don't have a criminal record, that they should not be a priority for deportation. That is my opinion. Get all of the people who have very serious criminal records out first, right? You should be spending all of your time trying to get the criminals out. But then you have to wonder why would you have a leader of a city who is kind of defending, not even trying to get the criminals out? Like, I don't get it. That's something that I don't understand, that I probably will never understand.
Yeah, absolutely. So, Governor Jared Polis has been saying this forever, that it's not a sanctuary state, and he's just wrong about it. There's multiple laws that the legislature here, it's a supermajority of Democrats, have passed since 2013. And what this law doesn't even allow probation to get in contact with ICE. Probation, where people illegal aliens have already been convicted and they're letting them out on the street. These probation officers cannot contact ICE. It also levies a $50,000 fine on officers if they contact ICE and let ICE know about a criminal illegal alien.
Yeah, that fine is outrageous to me, especially if some of these people are known to be really bad. I mean, we're talking about murderers and rapists that we're dealing with. Think about Lake and Riley and all the others that we've gotten to know their story over the last year or two that are recent, not to mention this is a decades-long problem. Denver Mayor Mike Johnston responded to this lawsuit, and this is what he had the audacity to say. He said, Denver will not be bullied or blackmailed, least of all by an administration that has little regard for the law and even less for the truth. We follow all laws, local, state, and federal, and stand ready to defend our values. I understand that there's legislation in Colorado that this lawsuit is looking at. What is Denver doing specifically that the lawsuit looks at?
So, y'all, Denver will not be bullied into helping clean up the streets and get criminals off the streets is their reply to all of it. Somebody help me out. Help me understand this. No, I am certainly not saying that all people who are in the country without papers are criminals. I mean, I get it. You cross the border, you don't have permission. That's a crime. But we're talking about violent criminals here. We're talking about people who are a threat to society. Can somebody help me understand why they don't want to help ICE get these people out of the country? I mean, I just don't get it. Somebody help make it make sense. But you know who is going hard and cracking down big time on criminals? Violent criminals. I'm talking about the violent people here, y'all. The state of Florida, they just arrested over 1,000 people. Y'all, 1,000. So, I think Ron DeSantis is trying to gear up for another presidential run in 2028. And he's going to be able to look back and say, remember that time I got 1,000 criminals off the streets? Let's take a look.
Operation Tidal Wave. ICE is calling it the largest operation in a state in their history. Good evening. I'm Greg Wormuth.
And I'm Martha Sigalski. Within just the last 6 days, immigration agents, along with local and state law enforcement, arrested more than 1,100 illegal immigrants living in Florida. ICE confirming today that the operation expanded into Central Florida. We're talking Orange, Volusia, Brevard, and Sumter counties, but we still don't know exactly how many were arrested in Central Florida. All these new details were released in a news conference at ICE's Miami office today. Channel 9's Ashlyn Webb has more now from Miami tonight.
ICE's Deputy Director Madison Sheehan said in this news conference that this operation was the first of its kind, but it certainly will not be the last. And that is in part because the number of Florida law enforcement agencies that have partnered with ICE. The governor already mentioning today ways the state can help out more.
We're fighting for the citizens of Florida. We want them to be able to live in a state that is safe. And we have to take action on it.
The governor, along with state officials, say ICE is using Florida as its blueprint on how to deal with illegal immigration and handle mass deportations.
What has happened here this past week that we're here talking about today is a warm-up.
ICE praised Operation Tidal Wave, where they arrested 1,120 undocumented immigrants in Florida between April 21st and April 26th. ICE says nearly 400 of those arrested already had final orders from an immigration judge to deport, and majority, about 700, had existing criminal arrests or convictions. ICE says that includes convicted murderers and kidnappers, sex offenders, and gang members from MS-13 and Tren de Aragua.
We will not stop until our American families and everyday Americans are safe in their own communities.
Sheehan says the operation was possible from the number of law enforcement agencies in the state that have signed 287G agreements partnering with ICE and deputizing their officers to be essentially ICE agents. But DeSantis says he's looking to put more state resources into supporting ICE's operations.
From apprehension to detention, even putting some of our people in the National Guard in line to serve as immigration judges to process this.
Reporting in South Florida, Ashlyn Webb, Channel 9 Eyewitness News.
So here you have the juxtaposition, y'all. You have the state of Colorado and Denver in particular, who does not want to cooperate with getting violent criminals off the streets. And then you have the state of Florida, who is not only cooperating, but going to the extent of even deputizing some of their non-ICE people who don't even work for ICE, deputizing those people so that they can help get criminals off the street, y'all. So I'd like to know what y'all think. Where would you rather live? What do you think is the right solution? Okay, I think I already know what you're going to say, but let me know anyway down in the comments. Before you do, y'all are probably one of the best sharing communities, my community, the sharers, okay? Y'all some of the best sharers on all of YouTube, so I want to thank you for that. Please hit the share button, share this video out over email, text message, WhatsApp, Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, all of your favorite and least favorite and even mid-tier favorite social mediums. Just share it out over all of them, even TikTok if you can figure out how to do it. I do appreciate that, y'all. Also, don't forget, go down, y'all. Listen, secure your money, y'all. Okay, I mean, I know I'm on here. I'm humorous with everything. This is serious, people. Go down, hit the link, paralegal-institute.com/gold. Get the free report, y'all. Shore up your money. This country is spending money like crazy. We're about to start spending a lot more. Donald Trump tried to stop the spending. Lawsuits, political pressure, just intransigence. It's not working. I know we wish it would work, y'all. We wish that we could cut the spending, but we can't. We can't. Okay? So that means that your money is going to be worth less and less as the printing ramps up. The printing is about to ramp up that's my prediction, okay? Gold sucks up all of that money. Bitcoin sucks up all of that money and goes up in value once the printing starts. Your money, your actual dollars, goes down in value as the printing ramps up. Look at what happened after COVID. So y'all hit the link, get your free report, talk to my people at Augusta, and see if this works for you. All right. I want to thank y'all. Love y'all. Appreciate you watching, and we'll see you back in the next one.
This is Mr. Jordan from Ohio.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mayor Johnston, who's Abraham Gonzalez?
Thank you, Congressman. He is a individual that was released from the county jail on Friday in the city and county of Denver.
That's all you know about him?
I do know that he was facing charges that the
Venezuelan gang member arrested by Border Patrol on September 20th, 2023, released into the country by the Biden administration. A few months later, he's arrested in your city, charged with aggravated assault. On March 11th, 2024, he's charged with motor vehicle theft, stole a car, and then on March 20th, 2024, Mr. Gonzalez is charged with felony menacing. 6 days after that last charge, ICE sends you a detainer, which includes an administrative warrant. Basically, it says if you're going to release this bad guy, this gang member who allegedly stole a car, menaced people, and assaulted people, give us a 48-hour heads up. Is that right? Does that refresh your memory?
I do know about the detainer request. I do know that we provided a notification of release.
What kind of notice did you give ICE when you released him?
We gave him notification. I'm not sure how long in advance it was. I do know that.
1 hour.
I do know that there were
1 hour notice, and you released him 5 days ago, right? Why not give him more heads up? Actually, let's put the slide up. Let's see what it says here. Let's put the slide up. This is what the Denver Sheriff's Department, it's kind of hard to see, so I'll read it. It says, Denver Sheriff Department, ICE notification being released to the streets. I simply said, just release him to us. You release him to the streets. Why not release him to ICE?
Thank you. What we've done, and we do this regularly, we've done 1,226 of these, is we notify
I'm asking about one. I'm not asking about the 1,200. I'm asking about Mr. Abraham Gonzalez, who's a gang member from Venezuela, stole a car, assaulted someone. You had him in your custody for how long?
I know that we released him.
345 days you had him in custody. And I said, hey, can you give us 48 hours heads up?
I don't know.
You gave him 1 hour notice.
Mr. Congressman, we notified them of release. There were 6 ICE agents present when he was released, so they had enough time to respond and to be present.
Respond where?
To the jail where we released him from. So we released him we notified them of the release time. When we notify them of release, they come to the jail facility to pick them up.
Why didn't you say that's not what you said. You said you release him to the streets. Did you release him to the streets? You release him to ICE?
What we do, sir, is we release him from our county jail, and we coordinate with ICE on that release time and release date so that ICE can come and pick them up from that location.
Pick them up where? In the parking lot?
Yes, sir. They're on the facility
property. Guess what happened in the parking lot?
I know, sir. I've reviewed the video. So I looked at it. I've talked to the sheriff last night.
One of the ICE officers got assaulted, didn't he?
I've reviewed the video,
They
sir.
had to tase the guy, didn't they?
Would you like me to answer, sir?
No, I'd like you to answer. Did they tase him?
I know that there were 6 officers that had multiple tasers. I saw the
So they had
on
6
video.
officers. If you keep him in the facility and they come in the facility and get him, does it take 6 officers? Probably takes 2, doesn't it?
So we've been doing these, as I mentioned, 1,226 times. This is the first time I've been made aware of there's been an incident like this. So I reached out to ICE after I saw the video. I've coordinated with their team and offered to sit down and see if there are procedures we can change.
It's a simple
make sure
question.
this works smoothly.
It's a simple question. You can release him in the parking lot, give ICE 1 hour notice, and they got to send 6 officers to arrest this guy. Or you can say, hey, here's what we're going to do. We're going to hold him. You come in and bring 2 officers in, and you turn him over there. Why not do it that way?
We have a city ordinance.
You know why you don't do it that way?
We have a city ordinance that governs.
Because you're a sanctuary city. This is the whole point.
No, sir, I disagree with you.
Oh, okay.
Because I'll tell you why. If you talk about sanctuary as a definition of shielding people from law enforcement, we do not do that. What we do is provide services. In this context, what we did is we coordinated the release.
An officer got assaulted because of your policy, which says we're going to release him to, in your words, not mine, to the streets. They have to arrest him in the parking lot. They bring 6 officers when they could have had 1 or 2 just come in your facility, in the jail, and take the guy there. But you won't do it that way.
I've seen the video. I've reached out to ICE. I've offered to sit down and coordinate on strategies. If we need to make adjustments to what we do on releases, we'll do that. This is the first time in the 1,226 releases
I
read
your written testimony last night. I read your written testimony last night. 4.5 pages. And you used the word safe, safer, or safety 13 times. Talking about my job is to protect the safety of the people in Denver. We prioritizing making sure everyone in our community is safe. That's a lie. Because it was not safer for the ICE agents who are part of your community. No way was it safer. The safest thing to do is to say, ICE, we got him in custody. Come here, we're releasing. We held him 345 days. We can't hold him a second longer. We can't wait for you to come inside the building. We got to let him go, so you have to arrest him in the parking lot. That is how stupid sanctuary policies are and what they mean to the community that you put at risk and to the ICE officers ICE officer who was assaulted. And they had to use a taser on the. It's not good.
Mr. Chairman, 5 minutes is up.